This is Ayat, and we're down at 101 Market, which is the site of the former Occupy encampment. And today is August 27th, 2013, and Ayat's chalking here. This is a kind of chalking event. So Ayat, what would you like to tell folks about any of this stuff? What's on your mind?
About occupiers. I had to say this. It's been a while, 2 years, almost 2 years. Learned, got to know a whole lot of people I probably wouldn't be connected with. And mainly found out about the government. I mean, things already knew as far as resistance, but I don't know, it's not necessarily a cultural thing, you know, when America got mixed up and what the feds would probably hope for, or like to see a race riot, race wars, and to be able to split into, gentrify areas and, clean sweep and clear people out, get rid of, I don't know, people who are not conforming to this, world order as far as being, gears for the machine, as far as being, gas that keeps this beast going, it's like promising our children, not a natural way of living, but further use of them as being commodities, for man, to work for corporations that, I don't know, it just builds upon, it's a system that's built upon, I don't know, number one, this government was gotten together as far as in rebellion against another nation that, that they didn't want to give to. They wanted their sovereignty.
That was like Britain. Now we're going back to the beginning here.
And it's the same thing. I mean, I'm a black Seminole. I mean, I know my parents.
You're a Seminole Indian?
Yeah.
And black?
Black Seminole. People say don't know that Seminole come from Cimarron. The original Seminoles, they were all black. There was like 5 African tribes. It was the Estelesti, it was the Yamasi, it was the Alabamas, it was the Tallahassees, it was the Freedmen. It was like it was quite a few Choctaws, like quite a few African nations that were here that didn't get amalgamated with the natives. Even Massasoit Chief Massasoit or Tonto from the Algonquin, the one who finally let the Englishmen know that he spoke English, behold, Englishman, what are you doing here? That was a black man who had like been sold into slave in Cadiz, Spain, and wound up working his way back here, Open trade had been open. The mystique that, that it was foolishness and people didn't know that the world was round and all this other facade. Even down
Massasoit. Where was Massasoit?
He was the chief of the Algonquin.
The Algonquin, and where were they? Where did the white
Rock.
people?
They were at Plymouth Rock. The people who they actually wound up being meeting with.
Yeah.
That's who they.
The ones who showed them that were peaceful and showed them how to cultivate maize and helped them get through the winter.
Yeah, and
that's Massasoit, folks. Look that up. Look that up. This is a famous man.
And he was chief of a black tribe, and that's what my tribe was.
Where
my
are you
father's
ever
tribe,
going to hear that?
He's like he's a Estelesti, from Estelesti and from the Freedmen. So, I know well about the movement of the tribe. So my whole take is, no circumstance to be oppressed. I mean, it has nothing to do with what color a person going to be, what nation he's from. I mean, we speak a pirated tongue. I mean, my language is like gotten together from everybody that America done so-called conquered, but it's more so of a trick. It's more to move a perception of we need to get back to humanistic traditions of being, not necessarily building our kids from the outside in according to our fears, what they're going to be in life, but what about their humanality? What gifts of expression do they have to offer to the world? Build them according to that, not because you're worried they might not do this and because of money, and things like that. I mean, I don't.
You're talking to parents now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm a parent of 5. I mean, it's like, man, it's like I go I don't even like going to doctors, man. It's because it's a practice. It's not a profession. And the cold thing is, oftentimes, a lot of people will go, or doctors are quick with you. They don't have insight.
They don't take time, and they don't talk to you as a person.
I mean, and the Hippocratic Oath is for hypocrites. I mean, it's not for a doctor, because...
And the Hippocratic Oath really at the beginning was do no harm.
Yes, and any abode, any house that you enter into, that you would seek the well-being of each and help wherever you can, the using of your arts, of your skills. That's the Hippocratic Oath. I don't know it word for word, but we're paraphrasing. That's what the doctors take, but today it's like
everything is for money.
Yeah, even the politics, it's like, and no one stops and say, hey, it's like everybody's so used to saying, that's the way it is, or what can you do? It's a lot you can do, And I don't know, this generation is just, they're asking what can we do, and they're not scared to do it, Generation before, my generation, I mean, we were too busy going through our freedoms that our parents had fought for, you know. I mean, even though I had we had small businesses, me and my brothers, but at the same time, I mean, I acted foolish and I wasted a lot of time just rebelling, thinking I was, you know.
What kind of business did you have, Ayat?
Well, I had a before I had carpentry business. I actually had a seamless carpentry. I had that one for in 2002 to 2001 when I started having kids.
Where?
In Richmond.
Okay.
I had a friend.
Are you from Richmond?
No, I was born in Frisco at Mount Zion, you know.
In San Francisco.
Yeah, right on DeViz, in the heart of Black Panther territory in '73.
Yes.
You know, I'm like 40 years old. But
oh,
yeah.
You look much younger. Honestly, you do.
So I mean, I grew up on the East Coast, Southeast DC until I was like 17, and then I moved back out here, and I've been here since. But I don't know. It's like it got to stop. It's to a point where you can't change, you can't manipulate, you can't. You gotta stop, you know. I mean, as far as tearing this whole money system down.
And we're standing outside part of it at 101 Market. That's his.
I mean, it's not even about breaking this building down. If we can remove the idea that one should be judged or thought of or looked after according to their worth to these corporate sons of bitches. Oh my God, then, or sons of pirates, I should say, to be more, you know, be more accurate. But
that.
You know, they should. I mean, we should be more apt to go after forcing change, not just sitting there and hoping for it. Because the people who hold positions, their titles is not what's the character of their heart. I mean, from the doctor to the politician to the president. You know, we go into these positions because it brings money. It's good. I'll afford these, you know, fringe benefits. You know, what about what you want to do with your life? Who do you want to help? That's
what about who do you want to be?
You know, I mean, that used to be driving a person, and wherever your job was, you had pride in it. If it was sweeping the street, or if it was teaching somebody, you know, that's who you were.
And you cared about whether they learned, and you cared about whether the street was clean.
Yeah, I mean, people were people to each other. Now it's just like between my 9 to 5, let me get back home to my hobby, you know, or my
TV.
Set of depression. You know, or my oppression in my dark corner because, you know, no one wants to listen and no one's hearing me.
Tell me something. You said that people say there's nothing I can do, and you said there's a lot I can do. Give us an idea of something to do.
In your daily life, it's something to do. Whenever you see a homeless person, for one, stop judging people, stop judging yourself. You know, your disposition towards the world is what's going to bring about. Whatever you put out, whatever energy you put out, you're going to get back.
When you judge somebody else, you are automatically judging yourself.
I mean, you can't put out, you know, worry and fear energy. You know, sometimes give somebody benefit of the doubt. I mean, on a personal level, I don't know, look at yourself, stop being full of shit, you know. And I mean, because if you really do, you realize, well, I don't deserve this, I don't deserve this. I'm actually blessed to have anything. So I don't know, start there, but you can go up here when they're closing schools, show up when you see people saying they're going to close it. We need people in force. Every Tuesday, your city council, your board of supervisors meet, and everything they're voting on, not only do they tell you what they voted on, but you can go and heckle them, why did they vote?
And it affects you.
You can give them strength.
If you live in that city,
push them another way.
If you live in that city, it affects you. Ultimately, it affects you.
Yeah,
and don't assume you don't have power. Go talk to them.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah. You just said it. Don't assume you don't have power. Your voice got power. You know what I mean? You as an entity, your social security number makes you a commodity possession of the federal government, but when you open this and start speaking, you know, you become beyond that, you know, you become more than what they want you to be, you know, and that's why we protesters get so much, you know, hardship from police and from authorities.
Because they don't want to hear it.
It's not because we're not breaking law. Yeah. I mean, you've been here, we tell police what the law is, and it doesn't matter, I'm arresting you. You know
and somebody just said, I think Blondie a second ago, they don't know the law.
Yeah, they don't. They know procedure and tactics. That's what they're taught. Procedure and tactics.
That's right.
They're not taught the law.
Command and control. That's it. Yeah. Ayat, this is brilliant.